I'm not sure what my face looked like when I first saw how awesome this custom was. Actually, yeah, that's pretty close. Hello everyone, MMC fan here, and welcome to another Marvel Movie Collection figurine review. Super excited to bring you this one as it's another incredible custom from Luis Cantos. This time round it's Mysterio from Spider-Man Far From Home. Luis takes commissions through his Instagram business page and has released a stunning lineup of figures so far, with more on the way. The work he does is absolutely astounding, and if you're willing to be patient, because these do take a while, I've said that before, his figures will end up in pride of place within your collection, no question about that. The amount of work that goes into these digital sculpts, which are all done by hand and then 3D printed and tested and things, and it's amazing. I wouldn't know where to start. I'll have reviews of many of the figures shown here on my channel in the coming months, but right now, let's get into this latest one. So the character is Mysterio from Spider-Man Far From Home. It's the second custom that Luis released. It was originally in July 2020. It's in 1/16 scale, just like the main collection. It's 13 centimeters tall and weighs 102 grams. In terms of price, contact Luis. There's no recommended price as it's not commercially available, and Luis's prices vary depending on which figure you're ordering and how many and in what currency and all these things, so it's best to message him directly for prices. But I can tell you now, it'll be in excess of £50, which was the original price for the first Spider-Man run he did. These figures, they take a while to do, they're all done by hand, so they will be expensive. And in terms of availability, it's sold out from Luis himself. Doesn't mean he won't 100% make more in the future. You know, if there's further demand, he does tend to pick these things back up. But for now, it's not sold anywhere other than on Instagram, and it's currently sold out there, and it will never appear on eBay. So this one is super rare. This particular figure was sent to me to review by Luis, but all views in this video remain my own. Okay, I mean, where to start? The fact that this figure exists in itself is brilliant. Before I even look at it closely, the Spideys and Iron Man suits and things, they were all awesome, but this one is Luis's first completely new character, and it's amazing. Like, Eagle Moss have never done this, they'll never be able to do this unless they work out their licensing problems, so to get this character on the shelf, amazing, love it. Everything here has been designed by Luis from scratch, right down to the pose. It's in resin, just like an Eagle Moss figure, and it has been 3D printed and painted by hand, but not Eagle Moss painted. This is like artist painted. First off, I love the sculpt. It is crazy detailed and super accurate to the film. Luis has this great way of making his figures fit seamlessly with Eagle Moss ones, but at the same time offering a much more detailed model as well. This is reflected in the sculpt. The eye-shaped fastens for the cape, for example, they're so intricate, and all the folds on the cape and things like that, absolutely great. And it's also reflected in the paintwork. These little gold dots on the legs, for example, they've been painted inside the divots of the mold. It's not something Eagle Moss would do. There's great detail here all over. The armor is also great, and I really love how Luis has thought about how it would react to the pose. As Mysterio is turning, you can see the different chunks of the armor turning with him, which is a great detail. And speaking of that pose, it's really great. I love the hands. I think the positioning of the fingers like that is what really sells this figure, and you can't get more mysterious than that, really. 1 foot on the ground really works for me. It looks like he's landing from flight or maybe just taking off, and the left foot is seemingly helping to support the cape too, so it's actually quite practical as well. However, a couple of people have said they prefer both feet on the ground. I guess it's personal preference. I like how it is. Paintwork, as I've said, superb, zero bleed on any of the areas that I can see. Even the accents on the back of the cape, which are rarely on show really, are very well done. Colours are great, there's nice blues, the greens, the purples, but at the same time it fits with the MCU aesthetic, so it's not insanely bright, it looks nice on the shelf with the others. And that just leaves the dome. And this is an interesting point. So I see quite a lot of these on the production line, and the colour of the dome does seem to vary. I've never seen one that looks bad. They all look awesome, but some are cloudier than others, and I'm not sure if that's something the customer requests or if it's just the painting process, but might be something to take into consideration. Personally, I think that just emphasises the fact that each one is a unique piece painted by hand. My particular one has this great deep blue with so many other lighter shades on top. I'm not sure if the paint is flicked on to get that effect or however it's done, but it's super effective. And there's an additional coating on the dome as well to make it shiny. Luis has really gone above and beyond for this. There's very little else to say. The base is a perfect recreation of an Eagle Moss base, but with a Spider-Man emblem on it to show it belongs to that franchise. Another great touch. It comes with a certificate of authenticity too, and the base even has a felt bottom and a numbered sticker as well. I don't think there's anything I'd do to improve it, really. I suppose there's the option of adding green magic or illusions to the piece, but there was actually a green cloud at the bottom of his body during the prototype phase, and it was decided that this was just too extra and it didn't fit with the official ones, as that's not something Eagle Moss does. All in all, the high standard set by previous figures is maintained in this one. It is expensive and the wait time is often quite long, but it's 100% worth it. If you're interested in Luis's work, I've put a link to his page down in the description below. And here's Mysterio alongside the official Eagle Moss Nick Fury and Luis's Far From Home Spidey figure. The three look great together, really strong scaling, and it's so awesome to have a lineup on the shelf from a film that Eagle Moss just can't cover. And I also thought it'd be fun to compare Mysterio with a couple of other totally random selected villains from the MCU. As you can see, Luis's scale continues to fit nicely with the main collection, with Mysterio being a little shorter than Ultron and the same size as Crossbones, as should be the case. So for the takeaway, again, I'm going to have to do 5 out of 5 across the entire board. There would have to be something wrong with the figure for me to remove any points, and there just isn't. It's a really high quality piece of work, and I think it's absolutely awesome. I've said it before, Luis, you're the custom king. I suggest you go and 3D print yourself a crown. This was the trickiest ranking I've ever done because I love this figure and the upgraded Spider-Man suit pretty much equally, but I decided as the Spidey one has a really good actor likeness, I've given that the top spot, and Mysterio takes the number 2, but it is so close. As always, thanks for watching. You can get all the latest Marvel movie collection and indeed custom Marvel movie collection news by following me on Instagram, Facebook, subscribing right here on YouTube, and joining the discussion in the Facebook group too. I'll have a think as to which figure will be worthy of following this review. Keep on collecting.